being that this is the fourth time this channel in particular has got terminated, I mean, I suppose if I thought there was no way to get it back, if I thought that I was just permanently banned from YouTube, maybe. But even, here's the thing, even if and when I get my channel back, I'm still contemplating whether I want to come back to YouTube. And it will probably be just live streaming and then content ban on Patreon. Whether I wanted to be on YouTube for a while now. I don't think there will be any point in time where I'm just never on YouTube. But it being the primary platform, that's something I'm giving great thought to. I am giving some great thought to it, because again, I've been on YouTube for a very long time. I've been on here since I think I uploaded my first video in late 2015, and immediately I saw the level of toxicity of Black YouTube that really shocked me. But I continue to keep going, and I'll even still continue to keep going even now, because my goal and my dedication really is to Black women, to Black women's liberation. So I'll still continue with that. I'm obviously going to be continuing with that for the most part on Patreon, but am I just gone from YouTube permanently? Absolutely not. No.
So let's go back to feminists in the streets, pick me in the sheets. Let's go back to that. Feminism is not just in the streets. It is online. And I received a comment from a viewer who doesn't really sound like a supporter, but she made a good point. She said, tell me what Black women are out here saying that they are feminist. Let me tell you how Black women say that they are feminist without saying that they are feminist. Black women say that they support Cynthia G. Black women say that they want to be part of Black women's empowerment, i.e. Cynthia G. Black women say they want to expand their options, that they don't want to date dusties, that they don't want to date down, that they are independent, that they are strong, that they don't need a man. Cynthia G, in many ways, is the face of new, modern Black feminism. If you listen to what she said in the beginning clip that I played, she actually considers her content as empowerment content for Black women. So Cynthia G is the feminism that nobody told you about. The feminism that you didn't even know existed. There it is. So to this viewer's question, which is actually a good question, no, Black women don't overtly say, I am a feminist. That's true. They do in their actions say a lot of things that implies that they are feminists. I wanted to explain, I wanted to show you who a feminist is, and what her mindset is like. And there have been Black women who I supported and followed, and to some degree still follow, but found out later that they were big supporters of Cynthia G. And in some ways I have to really take a step back and say, okay, so this person who's this educated Black woman is a supporter of Cynthia G, and all of her friends and her entire circle support Cynthia G. That means that they may, agree with a lot of her talking points, which disparages Black men, which, now, and I will say that I do believe that Cynthia G's, her message, to me, it sounds like it comes from a place of hurt. The root of her disdain for Black men, to me, it sounds like it comes from perhaps even a place of rejection. And all Black women can relate to that, but I would argue men can relate to that too. If you look in the comment section of many of my videos, you can hear stories of men talking about the ways in which they've been rejected by Black women. So it's interesting, to see that she considers her content that really does tear down all Black men. She considers that as empowerment for Black women. And I would be curious to know about the outcomes of her viewers in terms of what, by them following her and, subscribing to her channel, or now her Patreon, because you all know her channel has been deleted off of YouTube for some of her disparaging comments. I would be curious to know what her viewers get from her content. Like, how does her content empower them? For me, it would be very depressing to, listen to someone talk down about the men that have supported me in my life, like my father, who was a Black man. My brother was a Black man. My fiance is Black, my uncles and cousins. And so is she saying that they're all dusty? Like, are all Black men? Like, who are the non-dusty Black men, in her opinion? And then even for her, what is her relationship with Black men? Does she not associate with any Black men because they're all dusties or bandits or whatever? It's just, let's really unravel. We need to unravel and unpack her message. And this is my concern, is that there's a lot of educated Black women who follow her, who love her content, who are now, deeply in shambles because, she's been kicked off YouTube for the time being, at least. And she's been kicked off YouTube many times before. But many of these educated Black women, again, they get their motivation from her. And I'm curious to know, what is it that they're getting? How is that rhetoric helpful? Oh, the only way that I can see it being helpful is to sort of help these women, maybe push them toward other races of men. That could potentially be the catalyst to push these Black women toward other races. But the question is, are the outcomes there? So are we seeing more of Cynthia G's following, these Black women that follow her? Are we seeing that they are marrying, are they marrying men of other races at a higher rate than, other groups of Black women? So I have a lot of questions, but I did just want to sort of highlight Cynthia G again. I think, that was actually a great question. And Cynthia G is, in my opinion, the new Black feminist in terms of what a feminist would look like, what a feminist does look like in the modern times in our culture. If we want to talk about self-love, if we want to talk about self-care and all these terms that we throw around within, the Black community, particularly that Black women say, we really need to unpack what is self-care? What is it? What are we talking about? What is empowerment? What does that mean? And if you start to peel back the layers and you realize that, empowerment in this case, as it relates to Cynthia G, is about moving beyond Black men, leaving Black men behind. You have to ask yourself, is that the message you want to associate yourself with? And so again, in a minute, you will hear more about my analysis about feminism and the ways in which feminism is sort of represented or misrepresented in the Black community amongst Black women. So stay tuned for more. So one of the things I'm learning is that it is very challenging to have a business and to have a 9-to-5. And this is why you'll see a lot of people who have side businesses, they never actually do and pursue their side business never becomes their 9-to-5. They keep it separate. And this is a grind. It's a grind. If you want to try to be an entrepreneur and have your now side thing be your main thing, it's a big grind to figure out how to do that. And that's another thing I'm trying to figure out is, do I want, is it sustainable to continue on the path that I'm on, working a 9-to-5 and having like having the side business, or I should say the side businesses? Is that sustainable? Is that sustainable? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Which one goes? Do I eliminate my dream, my side businesses? Or do I eliminate my day job, which is my biggest investor? It's tricky. And, I have responsibilities. It's not like I'm not 21, I can't live in somebody's basement, nor do I want to do that. So these are the things that I'm trying to figure out, and it's cool being a part of this program because I'm able to be amongst others who are battling this same dilemma. Another approach could be, and a lot of people decide to quit their 9-to-5s and just go for it and just figure it out. And they actually say that can sometimes make you more successful, because when you have a backup plan, or when you don't have to grind that hard because you have a 9-to-5, then sometimes you don't grind that hard. Like, it's sink or swim. Either you're gonna make it or you're not. Like, you have to make it. If you put yourself in a position where you have to make it. Sometimes for some people that seems very stressful, but it seems like it might help them to really figure out how to get the capital. Where are they gonna go, and what are they gonna do to fund their business and to keep it funding and to keep the lights on. So I just wanted to say that, with entrepreneurship, you don't have to pursue it full time. That is a choice. But if you do want to pursue it full time, it's satisfying to work for yourself and to dictate everything about your day and how you spend your time. But it can be stressful because it's all on you. And I am in the process of figuring out who I ultimately want to be in this phase of my life. I'm 41. I'm 41 right now. And I'm going to be honest, I want to retire by 50 years old, maybe 55 at the latest. I don't want to, now when I say retire, I mean from my 9-to-5. Like, I don't want to work a 9-to-5 well into my 60s. Now with my business, because I love it and I love what I do, I could see myself continuing to write and make videos and coach and consult and speak and do all those things up until I'm however old. But my 9-to-5, this is no disrespect if you're watching, but it's not necessarily something I want to do up until I'm, in my 60s or whatever. So I want to figure out how to sustain myself, through retirement, past retirement, how to sustain myself with my business. But again, that is going to be a big grind to figure that out, because I'm doing right now, I don't even really feel like I have the time to figure that out because I have a 9-to-5. I have I have other people to be accountable to, and then I'm also a mom, and I'm going to be getting married. I have a lot of other things. So yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and for those of you who are interested in this part of my life, it's a lot to figure out. And so it's essentially the dilemma here is that it's not sustainable to keep doing things the way I have been, the 9-to-5 and the side businesses. But it's also going to be a big challenge to figure out how to get the capital, the revenue, to do what I do on the side as my main thing. So I'm gonna keep, coming back to you with more insights, what I'm learning. I think I answered this question, but I think the thing I'm honing in on, because like I said, I have so many different things. I'm an author and I have all these different pieces. YouTube right now is like the main one I'm focusing in on, which is surprising because I thought it would be my book. I thought it would be my coaching and consulting, but then YouTube is the thing because of you all, because of your support. And stay tuned for more. So this is Germantown, Maryland, and you are witnessing one of Naka's favorite things, kind of like Oprah's favorite things. So I love the fall season, and more to come on this. And just ignore the my windshield there. But I did want to mention that 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. So please do hit that subscribe button. Like and share this video as well. Click the links in the description box and get to know my business, Curated Legacy LLC, coaching and consulting. Shout out to Felix and Path Guy for your channel donations. If you would like to donate to my channel, click the Cash App link in the description box. And as always, stay tuned for more videos.